Thousands of years ago, long before modern technology or scientific understanding of the Earth's forces, communities thrived along the shores of the ancient Mediterranean. People had built bustling port towns, markets lined with clay pottery and woven fabrics, and streets alive with the chatter of merchants and farmers. Life seemed stable, but beneath the surface, a different story was unfolding. In the early morning hours of November 21, 365 AD, the eastern Mediterranean world awoke to a tremor unlike any they had felt before. Along the coast of Crete, the ground shook violently. Walls of stone and mud brick cracked and toppled, while ships and harbors were violently tossed as if the sea itself had risen in anger. The tremors were just the beginning. Scholars and survivors would later record that a massive earthquake had struck the region, estimated at a magnitude far beyond the scale of anything experienced by the people of that era. Entire towns were reduced to rubble in minutes. Families fled from collapsing homes, clutching whatever they could carry, their cries lost in the roar of falling masonry and the shattering of glass and pottery. Those who ventured to the coast to escape the shaking witnessed the sea retreat unnaturally from the shore, a silent and ominous warning of the tsunami that would follow. Within moments, walls of water tens of feet high crashed inland, sweeping away homes, livestock, and boats, drowning thousands in a matter of minutes. Survivors spoke of the sky darkened by dust and debris, the smell of overturned earth and salt water filling the air, and the chilling realization that life would never be the same. The disaster was not confined to Crete alone. Historical accounts from Alexandria, Egypt, reveal widespread destruction along the coasts of the eastern Mediterranean. Temples and grand buildings, symbols of human achievement and civilization, crumbled as the tremors spread. Streets were blocked by debris, and fires ignited from overturned lamps consumed what little shelter remained. Yet amid the chaos, stories of resilience emerged. Communities banded together to rescue trapped neighbors, share scarce food, and rebuild rudimentary shelters from the wreckage. Some survivors began the painstaking task of documenting the events, writing descriptions that would later serve as warnings to future generations. They noted the subtle signs that had preceded the disaster: strange animal behavior, water that seemed restless and agitated, and minor tremors that hinted at the Earth's unrest. These observations, though rudimentary, were humanity's first attempts to understand the hidden forces beneath their feet. Archaeological evidence suggests that the earthquake permanently altered the landscape. Entire sections of coastlines sank while others rose, creating new harbors and reshaping trade routes. Ancient roads were buried under landslides, changing the movement of people and goods for decades. Economies collapsed as merchants lost ships and goods, farms were destroyed, and populations were displaced. Yet the event also prompted innovation. Survivors learned to build structures that could withstand tremors more effectively, developing rudimentary earthquake-resistant techniques with the materials at hand. Communities experimented with wider streets, lower and reinforced buildings, and the careful selection of sites less prone to collapse. Over time, these lessons became embedded in the architecture and planning of the eastern Mediterranean, influencing construction practices for generations. The 365 AD earthquake of Crete stands as a stark reminder of nature as power and humanity's vulnerability. It also illustrates resilience. Even in the face of incomprehensible devastation, people adapted, documented, and rebuilt. From the stories passed down through generations to the ruins studied by modern archaeologists, the event has endured as a historical testament to survival, adaptation, and the human will to endure in the face of catastrophic natural forces. Today, when we study earthquake science, tsunamis, and seismic risk in the Mediterranean, we are following a trail first illuminated by those who lived through one of the most devastating earthquakes in human history. Their experience connects us across time, reminding us that while humans can shape cities and empires, the Earth's forces remain a powerful, sometimes terrifying part of our shared world. This story, though anchored in a distant past, carries lessons for the present and future. Vigilance, preparation, and understanding the planet we call home can save lives when the ground beneath us decides to shake with the force of history itself.